Scholars, welcome to our packet work for Balto of the Blue Dawn, Chapter 9. Today, as we're reading, we are going to encounter these 5 words. Our vocabulary for Chapter 9. So, gratitude means being thankful, showing appreciation for kindness, right? So if you show gratitude to someone, you are thankful, appreciative of what they've done for you, a kindness they've shown to you. Gratitude. Shaggy means long, thick, unkempt hair or fur. So if an animal has shaggy fur, right, it's thick, it's long, it's maybe got snarls in it, right? It has not been combed, well taken care of. Shaggy. 3 is hobbled. Hobbled is walk in an awkward way, usually in pain or injury, right? If you've ever twisted an ankle, right, or hurt your foot or your knee, and you're kind of limping around, right, you're hobbling, where you're walking in an awkward way, not your usual way of walking or stepping. Fringe, to form a border around something. So sometimes people have coats that have like a little fringe on it, like a little border around the edge, and a little fringe around a piece of art. Dazzling, extremely impressive or beautiful. Right? So someone has dazzling eyes, right? They're beautiful eyes, they're impressive. It's a dazzling work of art, right? It's very impressive, very beautiful, dazzling. Watch and listen carefully for those words in our reading today. All right, so today's reading, you want to now pause this video and click on the video in the post if you want to hear me read Chapter 9 and follow along with me, or you can pause this video and read Chapter 9 with someone or to yourself. The key is pause this video right now until after you have read or listened to Chapter 9. All right, if you are continuing this video, it means you have listened to or read Chapter 9 and you are ready to look at the packet work with me. If that's not true, remember, press pause. Otherwise, we're going to continue. All right, so we're going to look at this cause and effect question on page 22. Remember, the cause is why, and the effect is what, right? So think, what happened is the effect. Why it happened is the cause. So on this one, scholars, right, we're down here reading the effect. Okie and Gunnar look at Jack and Annie like they have never seen or met them. That's what happened. Now, let's think for a moment. Why did Okie, so think, why did Okie and Gunnar look at Jack and Annie like they had never seen or met them? Think for a moment. Pause this video and think. Why did Okie and Gunnar look at them like that? Did you think of it? Right. Jack and Annie used the... Right, are you thinking about what they used? The stardust to wish to be forgotten. Right? So when they did that, by using this, right, because they used the stardust, this happened. Make sense? Great. All right, the other one we're going to look at is actually over here on page 23. So page 23, we're going to look at these two figurative language questions. Write the type of figurative language used in the following chapter 9 excerpts. Like tiny grains of windswept snow, the stardust flashed brilliantly over the street. Right? So, keyword like. And we're comparing tiny grains to the stardust. Right? The stardust isn't made of tiny grains of of snow. Right? It's comparing those two things, letting us know just how fine, right, that stardust is, like tiny little grains of snow. Do you remember when we're comparing two things and we have the word like or the word as? What type of speech that is? Or sorry, what type of figurative language that is? Correct. It's a simile. Good work. Right? Similes, remember, compare two things using the word like or as. Metaphors do that too, but they do not use the word like or as. So simile uses the word like or the word as when they're comparing those two things. Let's try the second one. The beautiful black husky was bounding after them. Is there something that catches your ear on that one? Beautiful black bounding. B, b, b. Do you remember which of these figurative languages relates to many words in a sentence starting with the same sound? Remember I mentioned tongue twisters do this? The beautiful black husky was bounding after them is an example of alliteration. Right? Alliteration is when many words in a sentence, in a phrase, begin with the same sound. Right? Big black bears bicycling backward while eating bananas. Right? Would be an example of a sentence with alliteration. Right? Lots of words starting with b. Maybe you can think of a sentence of your own right now. Pick a letter out of the alphabet that you like and think of several words that start with that sound, right? Thinking of T. Tim tasted 25 tacos with tomatoes, right? Bunch of words starting with t sound. All right, back to our task. So scholars, that takes care of what we're going to look at on these two pages together. It leaves you a little bit to work on your own. Right? You have an infer question right up here, a parts of speech question on page 22, and then over here on page 23, a reread to clarify, right? If you can't remember this answer, go back, do some rereading. If you can remember, maybe even go back and see if you can find the spot to prove it, right? Find that evidence. And then a reflection question, right? Your thoughts on that. Scholars, it is just these two pages to do today, 22 and 23. Remember when you're finished, snap a photo of each of those pages and submit 22 and 23 for your grading. Thanks for joining me. So remember, your assignment now is to finish chapter 9 in the packet. You're submitting photos of 2 pages, pages 22 and 23 of the packet. Be sure I can read your answers to all of the questions and that all of them are included in what you're submitting, pages 22 and 23. All right. Thanks for joining me today, scholars.